Greetings. I was thinking about how when you patch a modular synthesizer, it's sort of like creating a mandala. I once saw Tibetan monks make a sand mandala. It's basically something they work on for a week, 7 days or so. And they pour sand to create intricate patterns. And at the end, they destroy it. They basically scoop all the sand up and then dispose of it in a river. I think it's to demonstrate the impermanence of life and objects and how everything is in constant flux. But I went to the Modular on the Mall performance this past weekend in DC. It's sort of like the Modular on the Spot series, but it's the DC version that Patrick O'Brien has started putting on here last year. And it's awesome. I've been waiting for something like that to happen for so long. It's kind of cool to see a performance like that. All the performers have their own little mandalas, all their modular setups that they've created from scratch. That took some time to develop, but eventually they're just gonna pull it apart. You know, and they could take a picture of it and try to recreate it later, but to me, that's not the point. But whenever I see a modular synthesizer that's patched, it looks so impressive because it usually has a bajillion cables coming off the top of it, and it sort of looks like a brain, you know, a computer. And it must have taken a while to, you know, develop or to think about your patch or your creation or your mandala. But, you know, eventually you're just gonna pull all those cables out and start from scratch. What made me think of this was there's an artist, DJ Cherish the Love, but she was playing her set at the Modular on the Mall. And when she finished her set, she literally just pulled all the cables out just to say, this is what existed in this moment, and that's where it's gonna live forever. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it makes you think about what you're creating slightly differently. You can even take a picture of your patch or your mandala to recreate it, but it's never gonna be the same. And that's pretty amazing. That's kind of what got me into the idea of wanting to have an instrument like that. I've never been one to really enjoy presets. I mean, I use it because I have to play gigs where I need to use presets quickly. But for something like the Moog or a modular synthesizer, there's something really freeing about just enjoying the journey of creating music with the instrument and not worrying about how you're going to use it later or how to freeze it in time. Another thing which I think is pretty fascinating about a modular setup is that you have no expectation for what's about to come out of that box. I have no idea what you're about to do. It could be straight up noise. I mean, it could be the most pleasant ambient underwater floaty thing I've ever heard. It could be super melodic. It could just be pure texture. I mean, you get the idea. But even if I sat down with the Matriarch has a keyboard attached to it. I feel like there's this little bit of an expectation of he's gonna do something with the keyboard. But with modular, there's none of that. So it's cool. It's like approaching music from a purely like a flat playing field, because you don't know what the instrument is. Only the person playing it knows what their instrument is. And that's fascinating. It's really cool. Modular mandalas. Sonic pieces of art that exist for like a small period of time.